Well, hello there. We are leaving the kitchen temporarily to declutter other areas of my house, which includes my master bathroom. I do apologize for the echo in here. As you know, tiled rooms will inevitably have a bit of an echo to them, but I will do my best with you today. So this is the main part of the bathroom, and I've also got a couple of bits over here. So I am not going to be touching this bin at all. This is my husband's bin. Now I have these bins from, I think they're from Kmart or Target or something like that, and they're great. So if your partner, housemates, kids, whatever, leave their stuff around, whether it's bathroom stuff or something else, giving everyone a container to contain their stuff in is really helpful. But overall, this area is not working quite as well as I would like it to. So let's have a quick look at some stuff that I think I can get rid of naturally. We are not going to be decluttering other people's stuff. So my husband's stuff I'm going to leave where it is, and let's stick around and see what I can find. Those of you who follow me know that I don't always clean and declutter at the same time. In fact, I would encourage you, if you have a lot of clutter, to declutter and do that as a separate activity. But this needed a bit of a wipe down. And I actually have two of these containers. These are from Bunnings here in Australia, very inexpensive. But I wanted to get something to contain all of our sort of toothbrush type things, because they've been sort of floating around in here and not really had a home. We've got our electric toothbrushes, toothbrush heads in just a cheap glass, but I wanted to kind of contain these guys. So I think that works quite well. Next up, we have my minimalist makeup bag. I've done a tour specifically on this that you can check out. I will link that below as well as up here somewhere so you can check that out. But I'm not going to be decluttering any makeup from this today. Also, when it comes to organizing bathroom stuff, I keep things really simple. So I've just got my container with cotton buds. This is the kind that doesn't have plastic. It's got some kind of bamboo, whatever, in the middle. So I'm just going to keep it in this container as it is, but I think we can safely say that we can get rid of the lid. I don't really need that. We don't use that, so bye-bye. Next up is a moisturizer that we both use, so I'm going to leave that one in here as well because it does get used pretty much every week. So yeah, leaving that as it is. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. This is very organized now, and the only thing that I changed is that I laid this one. This is the large sort of dry shampoo pack, so I laid it down because it is a little bit too tall for this cabinet. If you're wondering what this little thing is, this is a menstrual cup. I often use that instead of other sanitary products just because it's really easy to use once you get a hang of it. So if you've never heard of or used a menstrual cup, have a quick Google. It is not as hard as you think. It's really environmentally friendly, and often it comes with a really cute bag you can store it in when it's not in use. So this bin here is pretty tidy as it is. It's only really got my nail stuff, some nail polish remover, cotton pad, buds for that, extra shaver, some hair tie type things, extra toothbrushes, things like that. So this is sort of extra stuff. The only other thing that was in here was these denture tablets, which I used to clean my mouth guard with actually. So they get a use every so often, so I'm going to leave them in there. Actually, I don't love how that looks. Alright, popping them back in here. The things I got rid of, however, a nail polish that is getting really dried out, so I'm going to throw this in the bin. This is old, I've had this for a long time. When I use nail varnish on my fingers, which is rare on my fingernails, I will use like a really simple one like that. I've got a random piece of paper, a nail file, which I don't use, and these are some things that I have literally not used since we moved into this house a year ago. I got these reusable cotton things for makeup removers, but I don't actually use these very much for makeup. I kind of wash my whole face, so I'm not using these. They are a bit stained and discolored, so I'm just gonna donate them. And for when I remove nail varnish from my finger or toenails, I use those little cotton buds that you saw. So basically all of this is hair clips and things that I'm not going to use. I'm going to see if my sister-in-law wants the hairpins, otherwise I'm going to just throw this away, unfortunately. Okay, so not a whole lot to get rid of in here. This is basically just our first aid kit, medicine as you saw, and COVID tests. We're still living in that time. So these I'm just going to pop back in. Also, unfortunately, I had a bunch of expired things, so I'm going to have a look at these. Some of these, like these guys, you can just sort of throw in the bin. The other medicine I will take back to the pharmacy near me and drop off. But do go through your medicine cabinet because things do expire and they're no longer effective after that date. So, okay, I'm going to get nostalgic on you on my bathroom floor, but it is time to say goodbye to this trusty old workhorse of a toiletry bag. I bought this at the Gap, I think, when I lived in the US 20 years ago. This has come with me on all the travels. It is really heavy duty, but it is absolutely falling apart, but it's a great bag. It used to have little side pockets here, but I don't know with you, and I know we all get sentimental about weird things, but this has been with me on every international move and big trip I've ever done. So I feel a bit sad, but thank you, beautiful bag. I will be going and buying another one. I have done a separate video on my minimalist travel toiletry bag, and I've got this one, which is from this brand here. It's the same brand as my minimalist work bag, which I have also done a separate video on. I love this. So at the moment we're kind of sharing a toiletry bag, my partner and I, sorry, my husband and I, but we may get a second one of this because I really like a bag that has something that you can hang, because we all know that every now and then you stay in places where you just don't want to put your stuff on the wet counter or something like that. So we may get another one of these, not sure yet, but farewell, trusty old friend, we will get another one. Other than that, this cabinet is pretty empty as it is. So we've got some hair clippers, we've got some bubble bath, we've got some sunscreen, but we're going into winter here in Australia, so don't really need that right now. But I've got my hairdryer, and then in here, this is only travel related things or travel size things. So I've got some face masks, I've got some insect repellent, I've got a small little size of this, some shampoo, conditioner, and when you fly, if you do fly a lot, sometimes when you fly internationally, you get these little packets that have like, you know, warm socks or like a travel toothbrush or something like that. What does this one have in it? It's got little socks, it's got extra earplugs, and it's got a face mask. So I'm gonna double check before we're about to travel internationally in not too long. So I'm gonna see if I need these guys, otherwise I will donate them then. Because different airlines are very different. Sometimes you get this sort of stuff and sometimes you don't. I also often keep these just normal Ziploc bags in the one place, because when you go to pack your things, you want to make sure that things don't leak, etc. So I keep that all together so that when we come and reach for the travel toiletries, we know where to find it. So this is going to remain where it is, and I think we're done. And that is actually quite a decent pile of stuff that is leaving. I did not think I was going to get a lot of stuff out of this room, but there you go.